For me, creating a large evening-length dance work is an investment of about 500 hours. So you can do the math of if you have to buy studio space at $40 an hour, that really limits who can make dances. It also creates a culture in which artists are encouraged to work as little as possible and as quickly as possible because they're paying for their time by the hour. And I just wanted to dismantle all of that.
I was living in Birmingham for about a year before I moved here, and I had access to a warehouse that was freezing cold or crazy hot, dirty, concrete, and I would go and show up and roll around on it because that's all I had.
Some of them were built for dance, and some of them were literally like a wood closet with a mirror in them that, like off DeKalb Avenue.
Definitely remember choreographing in like a carpeted room, and there was just like a lot of rug burn, and you would kind of work on something until you got to the wall, and then, you know, take a few steps back and be like, and continue.
I co-founded the Lucky Penny in 2011 with Melina Rodriguez. We create original contemporary dance performance, and we also exist to be a community platform to support the work of other artists working in experimental dance and theater. For years, I worked as an independent choreographer and struggled to find space, struggled to find a workplace where I could invest in my practice and create my work.
To make work, you need studio space. There is no two ways about that. And it wasn't just that she wanted to solve the problem for herself. She wanted to solve this problem for the community. She wanted to take the community with her and say, let's figure out a better way.
I finally kind of issued an ultimatum to myself and said, you know, this is too hard. I am gonna give myself a year to solve this problem, or I'm gonna leave dance, or I'm gonna leave Atlanta. I just wanted to introduce another model, experiment with another model that would facilitate economic justice for artists and would hold a space for dance makers. And it was solving a problem that I had as a dance maker, but also wanting to offer that to my community.
The Lucky Penny said, okay, what do we do about that? Well, we create highly subsidized, gorgeous, safe space for artists, and we hand select a small number of people so that we can guarantee that they have their hours every single week. The commitment and the standard of excellence, the commitment to say, you matter, the things you want to do matter, and we're going to create a space for you that you can come to with no expectations, no deadlines, no guidelines, no grants you have to write, just come and show up and do the work.
The arts are an underdog, and dance is the underdog of the arts. I mean, it is an enormous challenge, and I just think Lucky Penny has sought to meet that challenge in just the most amazing way.
Having an affordable space to come in and have at least 6 to 9 hours of guaranteed weekly access to it is really huge. It's important to have that kind of continuous and reliable practice, I think, for any art form, but I know for dance, it's a matter of being able to be in my body for a specific amount of hours every single week and make that a part of my weekly routine.
It's completely changed my creative process, and it's filled such a void that I was aware was missing, but now that I have it, I can't imagine going back ever. It's given me this luxury of time.
It's just like exponentially more exciting.
You know, not only was it a space for them to dance in, but it was really a place for them to care for, to clean, to make sure there was good energy in, to make sure that, you know, the lights were turned on or off and that the door was locked, you know, that everyone who participated in Workroom had buy-in.
They have made the workroom a model that stands an example as how do you take care of the deepest, most essential needs of your people, of your community.
If you value community, you have to experience community. And the strange thing about our time is that in order to experience community, you really need to create it. And they approach community as an act of creation.
They are creating the container for community here.
They will teach classes for us, they will show up and sweep the stage for a show that we're doing, and they will just support us in every way that they know how. It's very humbling and gracious in a way that is not common with people who lead.
Well, people have said for a long time, Atlanta has potential, and you always hear it all the time, and it's at a certain point, it's like, we need to stop being the city of potential. We need to be the city that says, well, this is what's happening now. This is who we are. And this is what we're creating.
This notion that Atlanta is a place that people pass through on their way to something else. What would happen if we all stayed? What would,
What can we do to get artists to stay?
I actually moved here for them.
The workroom is definitely like the primary reason that I stay.
what power could be cultivated if our artists stayed here and made their investment here and were allowed to have their voices amplified here? What vibration would be created in our city if all of our artists could speak loudly and powerfully through their artwork? I don't think Atlanta is a place with potential. I think it's here. It's here. I know that when I look at the work of the artists in my community around the Lucky Penny and at the workroom. I know that the work is powerful and meaningful, and I hope that the Lucky Penny can just find more and more ways to amplify the work and to cast a light on it so that more and more people can see what already is happening here.